since the beginning. I'm making a quick dinner. This is not titled yet. The title is Key West Pink Shrimp Fra Diablo. Now, I normally cook my shrimp. Are you with me? Yeah, sure you are. Okay. I normally cook shrimp with the shells on, and I eat the shells because they are rich in chitin. But tonight, I saw that I bought a package of peeled and deveined and tails off. It's fine. These are additive-free stuff. It's all good. And I'm preparing the oil before putting them in with these incredible Fresno chilies and some zucchini, of course the garlic. What's life without garlic? Life without garlic is Joe Biden. It looks like a man who's never eaten a garlic clove in his life. And he's a man without a moral compass, so therefore he stands for nothing, believes in nothing. And God bless him. I hope he lives to the age of Moses, but he's the worst president in American history, bar none. No questions asked. The worst economy, two world wars, rampant crime wave, you name it. Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, she couldn't manage a candy store in Queens in the 50s. If you gave that Yenta a candy store in Queens that was running and operational, and you said to her, here are the keys to the candy store, Janet, she'd have a nervous breakdown. She'd need a hysterectomy of the brain. She couldn't make an egg cream, that woman. See, you hear it singing already. I'm almost done. I came in late to this whole party. The only thing that's bothering me is I don't know what I want to drink tonight. I'm better off with no alcohol, to be honest, but I'm not better off with no alcohol, to be honest. In other words, it's a night like all nights. I want to drink red wine because it's cold out, and I usually can drink red wine in the cold, but I don't want the hangover headache, and I have really good red wine. Nevertheless, I'm going to get the headache. Don't want it. White wine is too cold tonight. Here it's frying. Okay, that's good. My zucchini look good. I know you'd rather look at the zucchini than me. So where's the Fra Diablo part? Right here. The red pepper. The Fresno red chili, sorry. I did an interview today that, I'm batting. It's like Babe Ruth lately, my podcast, my YouTubes, my interviews. You know how it is with me, things get better, not worse. Well, in this business, either you get better or you get worse. I got better. It's that simple. I can't speak for the next man. Now, before I go on and lose the cooking water, which is boiling. Oh, this is good stuff. This is the dried Italian pasta. Italian pasta is better than American pasta because it's dried longer, it's dried longer, it's dried longer. Study it a little bit. They dry it longer than most of us do here in America. I'm not knocking, I eat American stuff too, but this is a dried version from Italy, and they take a longer time to dry it. Ask the Italians why, and you learn something. Good food takes time, including the preparation of the, raw ingredients. Now, what happened here is this lost its cooking fervor. I have to put the pot back on, the top of the pot back on. The frozen vegetables are nice. I'm going to have mixed veg. Simple dinner, me alone. Carrots, peas, little zucchini, green beans. Looking good. Looking good. And that's it. Not a big deal. Because once the shrimp go in, see, there's boiling again. You put the top back on, as you well know, to get the boil going, or otherwise it's never going to cook. You got to get it hot. So you leave this on like that. Big deal, a little. You have to be Einstein to do that. All right, so this is cooking. You got the Fresno chili in there, zucchini. There we go. Just want to turn these one time. I don't want to burn them on one side and have them uncooked on the other. There we go. It's looking good, looking good. I need a drink. I'll be honest with you. I want a drink. The difference between I need a drink and I want a drink, right? I need a drink and I want a drink. So I interviewed Gerd Wilders, who won in Holland. I did an interview. My podcast today is one of the best. It's from 2019. I interviewed him when he was banned in Britain at the same time I had been banned in Britain years before. So he was on my show to talk about his movie. Amazing. Then we have a victory in Argentina now of a libertarian. Incredible. Milei. And here's the Milei story. Then I'm going to go because I really want to focus on my shrimp. That podcast came out of the blue. You'll never believe this story, but you got to hear it from me to understand why it's so, what happened. I interviewed, just a minute, please, Rabbi Jacobson, who escorted Milei to the cemetery. You got to look at me when I'm doing this. This is an amazing story to me. I hope it's amazing to you. So I read that the victory in Argentina was a complete upset. A Catholic guy who loves Jews, loves Judaism, studies the Torah, becomes the new president of Argentina. So everything the left tells you is a lie. Virtually everything they tell you is upside down and a lie. They tell you that the right hates Jews when it's the right who loves Jews. They tell you the left is tolerant when they're the most intolerant fascists on the planet. Do I have to tell you any more? You know all of this, don't you? You don't know this by now. So I read that there's a victory in Argentina for a gentleman named Milei, I never heard of him, who wins an upset victory. Never expected it. So finally, the leftist socialists are out of power for the first time in 30 years. And of course, they'll smear him soon. They'll call him every name under the sun, Nazi, dictator, you know what's coming. But he's an economist by training, and he wants to save Argentina from the runaway inflation of the type that Joe Biden has us on the road, like an Argentinian inflation here. He's dragged us into two foreign wars, printing money like it's going at it like it's monopoly money. He has Janet Yenta, who can't manage a candy store, as I said, as the Treasury Secretary. Could you believe this? A moron. She's an idiot. Can anyone explain to me why Janet Yellen is President's Treasury Secretary? The woman is an idiot, a moron. Vegetables are done. Any more, they'll be no good. So turn them off. Nothing worse than overcook them. This is almost done, but I'm going to put canned red sauce, bottle red sauce on it, because it'll taste a lot better than this. And I have my pepper in there. The pasta's now working its way to perfection. The only thing missing is a drink. So I got to finish the story of the victory from Argentina, how he came to be on my podcast. And I interviewed him today on Zoom. It'll be up on Friday. This week is going to be like the all-timers best podcast in my history. We played an old interview with Gerd Wilders today. It's up now. Go listen to it. And click the like button today. I don't know how people get hundreds of thousands and millions of followers. I don't understand it. You have to tell them to click the like button. I said, but click the like button, for God's sakes. What does it cost you? Nothing. You know, do something for somebody else in your life. So, there we go. They're cooking. Before I put the sauce on it and drown it in my open bottle of, I think I'm going to stop using Reals because I heard that one of the big companies bought it, Carnation. You know what they're going to do, destroy it. You know how that works, right? Big companies, they buy a good company and they ruin it. They get the morons in who like work for a company like, hold it a minute. They get people in the company, they take over a product. I had it once years ago. I used to work in this industry of food and beverages. I know it well. A local guy builds a company, makes a fortune out of it. They sell it for a couple of $1 billion to a giant conglomerate, like headquartered in Belgium. And the same idiots who gave us the EU give us a new product. They change the product. They cut corners and it tastes awful. So we'll see what they do with this one. In the interim, there it is. It's in there. Not hiding anything. I don't sit in the backyard crushing tomatoes for you. There we go. So as I was saying, I see there's a victory in Argentina, and I'm very interested. I never heard of the guy, Milei. All right, I get an email from Joshua Kaplan from Breitbart. Very nice man. He's interviewed me many times. They're the best people on earth, Breitbart.com. And he says, I'm very close to Rabbi Jacobson, who ushered Milei to the cemetery in Queens. Would you like to interview the rabbi? I said, absolutely yes. Now, here's the thing you don't know. The reason this is doubly and triply important to me and why God is operating right now in my life, that cemetery in Queens happens to be where my grandfather, may he rest in peace, Samuel, is buried. A man I never met. A man who fled Russia in 1920, came here, worked 7 years, saved enough money, sent over for my grandmother, Fanny, and my father, Benjamin, and my uncle, Nathan, and they brought them all over in 1920. Not like today, they come in with perfect haircuts, new sneakers, new clothing, and an iPhone, and they put them up in a $400 a night room, and then they scream, I hate America, drop dead, and they burn the flag. That's Joe Biden's America. That's his idea of migrants. They're migrants like don't get me started. I don't want to get angry. I'm not going to get vulgar or angry tonight, I swear. First of all, I don't want to. Second of all, I didn't drink yet, so I won't. Now, here is the pièce de résistance. It's one man with one hand. It's a little hard for me. I'm going to put in my basil. Luckily, I had some in the fridge. I mean, this is all from before Thanksgiving. I had to cook with what I had here. I did not want to go out shopping for tonight. I was in the mood to stay in. So interview the rabbi. My grandfather's buried in that cemetery. A man I never met. I called him the astronaut of the family, Samuel. He's in my autobiographies that I've written, like A Savage Life and whatever. And it's very touching for me that the Lubavitcher rabbi is in that cemetery. Here's some fresh tarragon that I had left from before Thanksgiving. It's dried out, which is good, because most of the tarragon that you're getting, all the spices are dried out anyway. So dried out in the refrigerator, but it's good. I put a little tarragon in, which I generally use on chicken only. It'll taste good with the Fra Diavolo to temper some of the acid taste of the peppers. Now this is looking so good. There we go. And when it's at the point of being ready, I put my pasta in here, and that's the dinner. So how do I know when the pasta's done? Now here's the problem with you people with your pasta. When I grew up, there used to be a saying, a joke, that the pasta is done when if you throw it and it sticks to the wall, it's done. That means it was cooked. Now, some yokel came up with an idea of al dente. That's the way they eat it in Europe, al dente. You can't digest al dente spaghetti, even though you're conditioned to it. It's poison for your gut. Your body can't digest straw. So what I'm saying to you is, it's ready when you could throw it against the wall and it sticks. This is not ready. Actually, there may not even be enough water in it to make it as soft enough for me to eat it. Everybody knows pasta should be soft, not hard. I eat pasta al softe. What happened was probably some guy in Italy wanted to rush some Americans out of the restaurant. So he gave them whatever the hell was done in 2 minutes. They didn't like it. He says, what's the matter with you? That's how we eat in Italy, al dente, you heathen, you. You eat it too soft, like an American, you're all soft. So right there, I'll eat it al dente from now on. I know what how they eat it. I've been in many Italian restaurants. I'm telling you that soft dough is better for your body-o. Hard dough is not good for your body-o. Now, this is not going to cook through because there's not enough water in there for all the pasta I put in. So I have a dilemma. And there's a solution to every problem in the kitchen. The problem and the solution are simple. You got to be a real genius, an Einstein. You got to add water to it, or concurrently, or you can do another little style. You could just take it out the way it is and cook it in the sauce. It'll soften up a little bit more in there. But I don't want to risk it. I don't want to ruin my evening by eating hard spaghetti. Oh, it looks so good. You just put spaghetti in front of me ever since I'm a kid. I'm a pasta eater. Idiots, gluten. Gluten is their new fear. All the rabbis running around, gluten Gluten, there's have gluten in it. There's a drop of gluten that's going to kill you. They don't even know what gluten is. Ask them to define what gluten is. They'll tell you they don't know, but it's bad for you. That's like saying Republicans are racist and Democrats are humanists. Morons, imbeciles, idiots. Gluten's no good for you. The whole world runs on wheat. I'm going to tell you wheat's no good for you. It'll poison you, kill you. A taco is made from wheat. A pita bread made from wheat in the Middle East. India, roti made from wheat. And these morons, all of a sudden, the hippies in Berkeley come up with an idea. No good for you. Poison, kill you. What'll kill you? It's got this in it, it's got that in it. Wheat's poison. Man's poison. Earth is poison. Stop eating everything. Eat like a Jane and wave a thing in front of your nose, and then you'll be fine. You'll be an acceptable human being in Berkeley, California, so we can burn an Israeli flag and beat up a Jew. Then you'll be a perfect human. Go and knock over a table with a Jew at it, and then you'll be a perfect human in Berkeley with your Palestinian terrorist thug throwback friends, you. What a country. They took the side of the murderers. More Jews were killed on October 7th than been killed since the Holocaust. Now they're rooting for the Nazis. And here's another thing for you leftist idiots who have everything upside down. Here in the country of America, we've been conditioned to fear the Ku Klux Klan, rightly so, because they wear white sheets and over their face. And they did terrible things in this country. Okay, they did. So we detest the Ku Klux Klan. Now, every day we see pictures of Palestinian murderers, Hamas, with masks over their face, who raped and murdered and cut the arms off babies. And we're told that they're the good guys, they're the victims, because the Israelis are the colonizers. And the morons who don't know anything, colonize. Now the new thing is colonizer. Everything's colonizer. Meanwhile, they're living in a house that their parents gave them, built on stolen Indian land, and they're not colonizers. All of these self-righteous, liberal, phony people. I think my pasta's almost done. So it was a very emotional interview with Rabbi Jacobson today, because my grandfather's buried there, and I never met my grandfather. And at the end, I actually had tears in my eyes. We were talking about the soul ascending to heaven, and he was telling me that a cemetery in the Jewish tradition is actually a beautiful place. It's where the souls reside. It was so touching. And I said, what words do you want to leave for the people listening today? And he said that we can't just feed our bodies. You can run and you could eat right and take vitamins and exercise and meditate, but meanwhile, your soul hasn't been fed. You have to feed your soul every day with an act of kindness, or reading a prayer, or reading something for your soul. I heard this once from an Italian woman, Catholic, 40 years ago when I moved out here. Beautiful lady in Carmel. We're about to sit and eat a feast at her table that she had cooked. And she was 95, beautiful lady, dressed well at the dinner. She said, before we eat, we're going to make a prayer to God for giving us this beautiful day and this beautiful food. She said, because the soul also must be fed. It's true, folks. The soul must also be fed. So on that note, I'm going to take a break from this cooking video. And there's my dish is just about ready. I'm turning it back for you. There we go. Another one of Michael's masterpieces. You hear it starting to cook on the bottom. That's how you want it. I want to cook it more. I like cooking until it's a little dry. I'm sorry, the camera moved around. This is Michael's Key West shrimp. Key West shrimp. Fra Diavolo. You can make it as hot as you want. And on that note, I'm going to say, hit the like button or I won't like you anymore. Hit the like button, number one. Number two, subscribe. I don't know how they get hundreds, millions of subscribers. Just do whatever you have to do. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And by all means, and the most important thing is, go to the YouTube channel, go to my podcast, and make sure to download and listen to the Gerd Wilders interview, because no one else has it. All the hotshots on Fox News don't have it. because they didn't know him then. He was on my show. We got along, and then we have this today with the Argentine president for Friday. And with God's will and your listenership, I shall eat my Key West prawn now. Not bad. It's okay, not great. Not spicy enough, I'll admit it. I'm in the mood for real red sauce, so I'm going to put some chili pepper in there. I have some of the best organic red pepper. That'll kick it up a few notches, okay? All right, boys and girls, until we meet again, have a beautiful night. God bless America, and pray for the sake for the sake of Joe Biden, that he becomes a little better as a human being, because God knows we can't survive another few months of this man. Have a nice night. Thanks for listening. Hit the like button, subscribe, go and listen to the podcast. And oh yes, notice what I didn't tell you about? I didn't tell you about it because I didn't want to. I was not in the mood. Where all the magic occurs here. There's my magic room. There's Wayne's World, Michael's World. Yeah, go to the bookstore under feminine hygiene and look for A Savage Republic Inside the Plot to Destroy America. You'll find it under feminine hygiene or how to repair a bicycle in Berkeley. Have a nice night, and thank you for listening.